I
Thank
don't
you.
have a Karan, but how's it being back with a Kabir? Hello. So good to see
Hi.
you. Hi. I've
Likewise.
always been a
Hi.
fan. I've been seeing you since the
Thank you.
90s, like since I was a kid. So good to see you. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you for asking me to join you live.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in. I've been seeing your Instagram and I see you've gone all into yoga now.
Well, I've been doing yoga for 13 years. It's been
Oh
a
wow.
while.
Okay. Okay, how's your family? How's everyone at home? How's Alina?
Everyone's well. Arena's good.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. And how's the situation in your locality? Is it the the what they
Uh, well, unfortunately, the news says that it's going to keep getting worse.
hmm
And as of now, we've all just been home. So I have very little idea about what's happening in the world outside. I've
Okay.
been locked in for almost, over 100 days.
Oh,
But like I said, the only way I know about what's happening is from the news, and that doesn't look very promising. So
yeah.
we're still staying in. We're still
It's
staying in.
good. It's good to stay home and be safe.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth the
Yeah.
risk at all.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself now. I am Kabir Grover, and I run this
Hi,
channel, Health
Kabir.
by Killer. I'm also a
Hi.
pilot. Thank you. Hi. I also run this channel, and I'm a pilot. And I wanted you to come in here because I'm trying to get yoga onto my channel, and you are a motivation. You're like the fit
Thank you.
mom of
Thank
Instagram.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
So how is?
yoga is definitely something that I feel very strongly about, and
Mhm.
I'm always happy to sort of promote it in whatever way I can. It's done wonders for me, health wise, fitness wise, even keeping with mental health and overall well being. I think the benefits are just there. There's just too many to not want to make yoga a part of your lifestyle.
Very true. Yeah. Yeah. So today's session is gonna go somewhat like it's gonna be questions about general health. Then it's gonna come on
Sure.
to something about you, your yoga and your nutrition and diet. And then in the end, we're
Okay.
gonna talk a bit about, if you have time, we can talk, talk to the audience if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So
So let's go. Fire
okay,
away.
let's start off. Let's start off with your, how you started off in Bollywood. So you started off with Waisa Bhi Hota Hai Part Two, right?
Yes, I actually sort of did the casting for that film, and I also played one tiny little cameo in the movie.
Okay,
But
that's amazing. Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
but I actually, if you talk of Bollywood, my first film was actually Fana, which
Mhm.
I did in 2006.
I
And
remember. Yeah.
before that, of course, I did a lot of television. I was a channel VVJ, and it's just yeah, that's pretty much how it started in I think almost 20 years ago in year 2000.
Yeah. Did you have like a major support in the industry, or do you start off like by yourself
Not
on your?
really. No, no,
No.
not really. I don't know anybody. Like my family is in no way connected to the entertainment industry at all.
Okay.
So I was literally the breakout star from my family, so to speak.
You
But
deserve it all. Yeah.
thank you, thank you. But no, I didn't. It's just you sort of go by the way everybody does. You
Mhm.
climb up the ladder
Yeah.
slowly. You go, you do auditions, you get your first assignment, then people see you in that assignment. If you're good, then you get your next assignment, and then
hmm
the wheel just
The
keeps
cycle goes
spinning.
on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me about something about your life during Shararat. How was
Oh
the
wow.
starting? Being a yeah.
So, the funny thing is that Shararat was actually supposed to get made 2 years before it actually got made. And
Oh.
I just got like a random call one day from Zarina Mehta, who used to be the owner of UTV, like
hmm
literally out of nowhere.
Okay.
And she was like, I want to make a show about magic. It's loosely based. Have you seen Sabrina the Teenage Witch? And I used to watch that show a lot. So I
hmm
was like, yeah, I have. She was like, I want you to be Sabrina. I was like,
Okay.
okay, I would love to be Sabrina.
Yeah.
And uh, she sort of said that, okay, so let me just put this together and I have to find the right cast and this, that. And then she just disappeared on me.
hmm
And I was like, okay, maybe it was just one phone call. And
Yeah.
then 2 years later, she called me back and she said, listen, I remember I'd spoken to you 2 years ago about that show, Shararat. I want to do it. I found the perfect family. Farida Jalal has said yes to play the grandmother,
Uh-huh.
and we are a go. And
Okay.
that's how Shararat happened.
It was
And in
my.
fact, it's really funny because I was just watching an episode today with my daughter,
I keep
and
watching the episodes on Hotstar as well.
I literally feel like I could just go back to the set and all of us would be the same and everything would just go back to being the way it was because we're all still in touch with each other
Yeah.
and everyone keeps asking us to do another season and all of us are so keen to reunite because we never ever found the same camaraderie that we did.
Hmm.
Of course, we made lots of other friends and we did great projects after Shararat, but the
Hmm.
love, the innocence, the growth that we all had from
Yeah.
Shararat was very special. So all of us kind of really hold on to that hope that someday someone
Uh-huh.
will reunite us for a second season.
So another season is coming up, right? Because I think I
We
heard you
don't
last
know.
year. No?
Yeah, yeah. We just keep saying it and we keep hoping for it and we're always ready. We're like, हमारे bags packed हैं, बस बुला लो. But someone has to make it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's we keep trying to revive it, but who knows? अभी तो there's just we really don't know what the hell's going on.
We should, yeah, इसके बाद hopefully everything's gonna get better. But I think we should
Let's
start
hope
like
so.
like people जब वो बनाते हैं to start
हाँ जी.
support करना शुरू होंगे, we can do that.
Yes, yes, that'll be lovely.
I wanted to ask something about Farida ma'am. मैंने उनको जब भी देखा है
Yes,
movies में, she's always been the loving, motherly kind. So,
she's just like that.
oh
She's
really?
that person. Yeah. There's
Okay.
no acting involved. And in fact, she's like that 100 fold in real life. I'm
Oh,
literally, I'm very fortunate that she's always told me that I'm the daughter that she never had. So I have to say
oh,
that that for me has been the most amazing thing that came out of Shararat
yeah.
is to get another mother.
Okay, that's really nice to know. And आपका
Sorry.
you were there in my favorite show, Sweet Life of Karan and Kabir. I mean, I don't have
Which
a
is also
Kabir.
a Disney remake. Which
Yeah.
is also a Disney remake, and it was really funny because I was very apprehensive about playing a mother, and I was like, "Oh my God, two boys? No, 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 I don't think so. I'm not sure this, that." And
Yeah.
I remember the girl who was in charge of the show, Pooja Puri. She used to be one of my ex Channel V VJ,
Okay.
Channel V producers,
Hmm.
and she just kept telling me. She said, I can't see anyone else play this part. You have to do it. And it's going to be so much fun because we want like this naughty mother who is constantly like, she's a single mom
Mm.
and she's just as naughty as her kids.
Yeah.
And we really, really want you to do it. And I'm so glad that I said yes because I had always thought that nothing could pale the popularity of Shararat.
Yeah.
And then Sweet Life of Karan and Kabir happened, and
Yeah.
everyone forgot I was Jia, and everyone started calling me Preeti Jaiswal. So, yeah, I'm really happy I said yes to that show.
You nailed that.
It was great fun. It was
You
great
nailed
fun.
that role as well. I mean,
Thank you,
I
thank
don't
you.
have a Karan, but how's it being back with a Kabir?
Well, I don't talk to just Kabir. So there has to be a Karan involved.
Okay, what's the difference? What's the major difference you saw between, web series and shooting for a movie?
Well, it's generally the scale mostly, but there are
Hmm.
also, small budget films. So it really is. It has to do with the one thing about web content is that you have more time to sort of tell a story. You can split it up into many hours, so you get
Hmm.
to expand on a storyline. A film you're restricted for whatever 2.5 3 hours.
Hmm.
So I
Very true.
think that is the primary difference is that you get more time. You get more time to build on your characters. You get more time to sort of pull people into your universe and they stay
Yeah.
hooked for a much
Hmm.
the viewing is much longer, but other than that, I think the good thing about over the top content is that at least as of right now there's a lot of liberty to experiment with a lot of different kinds of stories.
Okay.
Films are now I see a big trend changing. You know, people are accepting all kinds of human stories. It's not the usual, age-old Bollywood fare where there were typical kind of
Yeah.
stories. Now people are accepting lots of different content.
Different kind of
But
stories. Yeah.
primarily, it's just the time. Is that's what sets
Hmm.
series apart from films.
Hmm.
That you
Okay.
get more time
That's
to
really
tell
good
your
to know.
story.
Yeah. Plus, web
Yep.
series made different concepts keep coming up, right? Than the Bollywood movies.
Yeah, and like I said, but that's also happening in Bollywood now. So I won't
Okay.
just restrict it
Yeah.
because there's been some very interesting films that have come in the last couple of years, which have
Hmm.
received a lot of appreciation. So I think the audience is changing their preferences, and that's kind of,
Yeah.
you can see that
That's.
reflected in the content that's being made.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Relating to your Forgotten Army, that's something people loved
Oh,
as well. Yeah. That
yeah.
must have
So
been a proper. Yeah.
So that
So
was
you were
that
saying
was
something?
really fun because I remember when I heard about Kabir making the show, and his wife Minnie Mathur is a very, very, very dear friend of mine.
Hmm.
And I remember I called her up and I said, "Listen, you have to tell Kabir that he has to give me an audition. I don't care
Okay.
about anything else. I just want an opportunity to test for the part."
Hmm.
And I remember I went and I auditioned for the role. And I came back and then I messaged Minnie and I said, "Listen, I believe you know this director. Can you put in a
Hmm.
good word for me?" And
Hmm.
it was all in jest. But, but I think Kabir kind of liked what I did with the character.
Hmm.
And somewhere maybe I kind of, I don't know, maybe I just looked a little bit more like
Yeah.
Captain Swaminathan.
Yeah.
So that must have increased my chances because a lot of times I'm sure there are more talented people, but sometimes someone just looks the part. You
Hmm.
see them and you're like, okay, she looks like this character.
Yeah.
So I was just really happy to play Lakshmi Swaminathan because we actually happened to know her grandson, who's Shad Ali, and it was
Oh,
just so
sweet.
close to home. And the fact that, like, what a story, and the fact that she was the first woman to set up an all women's regiment,
Hmm.
it was just too good a part to not have the privilege to play it. So I'm
Hmm.
really happy that I was able to convince the makers of my talent, and they gave me the chance to be a part of Forgotten Army. And again, I think the show has just been, it's been such an eye opener into such a big part of our history that we didn't know
Hmm.
about. And
Exactly.
so many people, sort of wrote in and said we had no idea about this story, and I'm so glad we got a chance to see it through the Forgotten
Hmm.
Army.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
Must have
fun.
been a
That was
different
fun.
feel though, right? Like a proper patriotic setup.
Well, honestly, I think it's probably the most lavish productions that I've ever been a part of, barring,
Okay.
as in, even compared to the films that I've done.
Hmm.
Forgotten Army was a huge canvas. It was massive.
Wow.
So it was just really nice to be a part of something that's historic. So
Hmm.
yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice.
Okay. Really nice to see you doing these kind of roles. Everyone needs to,
Thank
see it.
you.
This, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So coming on to general health for now. Uh, so
Yes.
yoga is a growing, it's a booming thing in India and all over the world, not just India. Even our prime minister is, pushing yoga onto the world. Ki karo, it's a really good thing for
Yes.
you. So what's your take
Yes.
on this, on the Vedic ways of living and yoga?
But like I said, that I would honestly recommend that if no matter what you do as your fitness regimen, definitely try and incorporate yoga
Hmm.
as a lifestyle choice. It's
Hmm.
not just about working out and looking good and being fit. It's a lifestyle choice. You'll just see that your body will start responding to you so much better. It'll really, you strengthen it not just from the outside but from within. It actually works on your internal organs. It does wonders for your mental health.
Very
So
true.
I would highly recommend it. I would highly recommend it.
Hmm.
I've done so many different kinds of physical activities, but yoga kind of just stuck. It just stayed with me. I've not been able to shake it off,
Very
and I
different, yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to. I'm never going to. Yeah.
So does Alina work out with you? Do you make her do yoga as well?
Yeah, she does. She does. She does.
She does.
She does a little bit of ballet, and I kind of like the fact that she's very inspired seeing someone working out at home, and I would really like her to make it a part of her life from a
Hmm.
very young age, because comparatively, I actually started working out much later compared to her, but
Yeah.
still early compared to my peers, because I started working out when I was 15 years old.
Oh, sweet.
So
Okay.
I was always very driven by being fit.
Hmm.
I always wanted to be a strong, healthy person. So I started working out when I was 15, 16 years old, when I started going to college.
Okay.
And
All right. Yeah,
I've always stayed on course.
you've always been fit. I've seen you like since Sharara times. You've been always been fit and lean.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I would definitely credit my genes. I'm lucky I was born an ectomorph.
Hmm.
But other than that, I've always been very focused on being fit. It's something that
Hmm.
I enjoy thoroughly,
Hmm.
and it's paid off. So luckily for me, it's a self-perpetuating cycle. I
Yeah.
know it does wonders for me, so I just continue doing it, and it continues doing wonders for me. So that's just how it goes, and that's how all workouts work. So,
Hmm. Very
you
true.
know,
Yeah.
there's there's no other outcome. Yeah, but like working out can't hurt you.
Yeah.
So there's only a positive outcome, and which is why
Very
everyone
true.
should do it.
Yeah. And I heard you talk about having a proper having a guru with you or a trainer with you so that you avoid injuries. I saw your
So
interview on
yeah,
that, right?
I have to. I was introduced to yoga by my teacher Eva,
Hmm.
and she's the reason I'm still doing it.
Okay.
And even though I can practice on my own, I prefer having some guidance, because uh, obviously, if someone has put in a certain amount of time and effort into learning something uh, with such deep understanding and deep knowledge, clearly they know a little more about it than you do.
Yeah. Very true.
So
Yeah.
instead of having to struggle with acha aaj main kya karu, it's just so much easier to have someone guide me and tell me, okay, today we're going to work this part of your body. So it's important to have a trainer, because number one, you minimize any sort of risk to your body, you
Hmm.
minimize injury.
Yeah.
I think they have sort of committed to learning a lot more about fitness than
In
you
depth.
have. So
Yeah.
you can definitely sort of rely on them for more important knowledge, and most importantly, I think it's just someone pushing you.
Hmm.
So I have to say this, that even though I've been working out consistently for so many years, every single day is a
Hmm.
struggle. Every day I have to tell myself, no, I have to work out, I must work out.
Hmm.
It's the hardest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to bail on.
Yeah.
But somehow, the moment you commit to a trainer or a class or something, you automatically feel compelled to go.
Gets
So I
easier.
think that's
Yeah.
yeah. So that's one of the benefits of having someone train you, I feel.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there are a few types of yoga. There is Vinyasa yoga, Bikram yoga, Hatha yoga.
Yes.
Is there a specific
So
type you practice?
there's nothing called Bikram yoga. It's a myth. It's Hatha
The hot
yoga,
yoga, the hot
which he
yoga, the
has,
steam
yeah,
yoga.
which he has
Yeah.
appropriated, and please do not validate it by calling it Bikram yoga.
I've seen
It's
it.
Hatha
Yeah.
yoga.
Uh-huh.
It's
I think
Hatha
you saw
yoga.
the
That's what it
Netflix
is.
documentary as well, right?
Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't. I heard a podcast about him, but I did try
Yeah.
it once, and it's hugely problematic. It's a
Hmm.
hugely problematic way of working out.
Yeah.
So it's just a fad, and it's not Bikram yoga, it's Hatha yoga. So let's
Okay.
just call it what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I can just do Hatha yoga and say, oh, this is Shruti yoga, but it's not. It's Hatha yoga.
Okay. The only
Just
difference I
because I
think,
do it doesn't.
yeah, I think the only
Just
difference he
because
does
I
is,
do it,
yeah,
he does it in a heated temperature,
he did. Yeah.
which is
It's not good for
ridiculous.
you. Yeah.
Not at all. It's very problematic, and it's a big it's a health risk. So please don't do
Yeah.
it. Is all I will
Hmm.
tell people.
Very
Please
true.
practice Hatha yoga, do Ujjayi pranayam, and you can get the same kind of body heat. You don't need to sit in a heated room and lose all the hydration from your body and end up like a
Yeah.
prune. It's
Yeah.
Very, very harmful. Please don't do it. So yes, I did. Actually started off with Ashtanga yoga for many
Hmm.
years, and
Hmm.
about 2 years ago, I switched to Iyengar,
Okay.
and it's all eventually the same science. It's just, it's been done differently. Ashtanga yoga
Different
is done in
techniques.
a sequence,
Hmm.
and Iyengar yoga is done with props, but it's all eventually the same science. The benefits are all
Okay.
the same.
Hmm.
So whichever yoga you want to do, just do it, and do any
Okay.
yoga, but do yoga. Is all I would tell
Right.
people.
Right. Do you practice in the morning, like fasted, or
No, no, I practice in the evenings. I practice in the
okay?
evenings.
Okay. So do you eat?
I just feel my body is more supple in the evening.
Okay. That's all you need
About
to
an
feel good.
hour before I work out.
Okay.
About an hour before I work out. Yeah.
Hmm.
Just, but
Uh,
I'm hypoglycemic, so I have to be a little careful.
oh,
My blood
luckily,
sugar tends to, yeah, my blood
drop.
sugar goes all over the place. So I need to make sure that I have
Mm,
enough carbs or enough
yeah.
protein in my body to keep me going.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good way to go. You start off with breathing techniques. Maybe something to get your
Um,
concentration on.
Not really. As in, sometimes it totally depends on my teacher.
Okay.
It's whatever she decides. Yeah.
Okay. So you must be starting off with some stretches, right? To warm your joints or something, warm up your joints.
Well, honestly, yoga is all about stretching. So you're literally stretching the whole time. There's nothing
Yeah.
else. That's all it is. It's all it's doing is it's lengthening your muscles and it's
Hmm.
making you stretch them out. So the
Yeah.
entire practice is basically that.
Stretches, right? So you start off with Surya Namaskar probably, right? To stretch your whole body or
No,
something?
no,
No?
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no.
Because when I
It's
when
a
I
different sequence. It's a different sequence every day. I do something
okay.
different every day. Yeah.
Okay. Because
So
when I went for
it,
yoga like for a week with an instructor, and what he asked me to do was start off with Surya Namaskar just to open up the body a bit, and then start.
so Yeah, so if you do Ashtanga yoga, you have to start from Surya Namaskar because that's the
Mhm.
sequence.
Yeah.
You start with the Surya Namaskar, you do your standing poses, you do your seated poses, and then you do your inversions. That's
Hmm.
how Ashtanga yoga flows.
Hmm.
Iyengar yoga, there's no real sequence. You can just pick any body part that you want to
Okay.
work on, and you just go from there. So on
Hmm.
some days you're just doing, your lower body stretches. Some day you're
Hmm.
just doing upper body work. Sometimes you're just working your shoulder joint.
Hmm.
It's varied. So there's no real sequence that I follow.
Okay. Okay. What's your favorite part to train? Like any favorite muscle or any favorite asana? That one asana that you can like do it every day or something.
Oh, wow, that's a tough question to be honest. I think I think I don't like to say I like doing a core workout because it's the most difficult,
Yeah.
but uh, but I end up enjoying it the most.
Okay. So I think the one
So
you dread is the same as the one you love, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think the two primary, not that I'm discrediting any other parts of your body, but I think the two main muscles that you need to really sort of keep strong
Strong.
for the rest of your life
Hmm.
are your abdominals and your back, because
That's
that
very
pretty
true.
much keeps the body together.
Yeah, keeps
And
it safe.
they're interconnected. So if you have a good core, you're naturally going to have a good back as well, and vice versa,
Hmm.
because they both support each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, mostly it's generally the midriff area.
Hmm. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah.
I don't have very strong arms, so I tend to sort of I get a little lazy whenever we have any bit of an upper body workout.
Yeah.
But I know that I have to work that the most because it's the part I need to strengthen.
Yeah.
But because I have a strong core, I find it easier to do a core workout.
Hmm. Okay.
And I think also the point that I used to have a very, very strong core, and then I ended up getting a cesarean when Alina was born. So they cut my
Hmm.
muscle completely,
Oh,
and then I
okay.
lost all my strength. It was just gone. And I remember
Oh.
it left me. It was like someone had taken away my identity from me because I was so used to having a strong core, and then it was
Hmm.
just gone one day. And I
Oh.
couldn't even lift my legs off the floor. And
Oh.
I would just sit
Okay.
there and feel I was so heartbroken, and I hurt myself over and over again for the first 6 months post my pregnancy,
Hmm.
post delivery rather. And my physiotherapist would keep telling me, you have to accept it. That muscle is gone. That muscle is gone. And I was like, I
Yeah.
can't let it go. I can't let my abs
Yeah.
go. I've had them for so long.
Uh-huh.
And it's kept me so strong. I just couldn't uh, get past the fact that I had lost all abdominal strength.
Hmm.
And then slowly, my current teacher started helping me build that back. And then I started doing Pilates, which is again a phenomenal workout. I highly
Oh,
recommend
sweet.
it.
Okay.
So I started doing a mix of yoga and Pilates. And I think within maybe, I think July is when I must have had my operation. By December, I was doing a headstand.
Whoa.
And I was like, okay.
Wow.
So there's this amazing thing about the body, that's muscle memory. It's
Yeah,
fantastic. It's just the most
very true.
fascinating thing. Your muscles just remember. They just
Remember.
remember how they work.
Yeah.
And I think I have to say that I'm probably stronger now than I was before my pregnancy. So I managed to build
Oh,
back my entire abdominal strength all over again. It's been six
y-
years, so it's a
okay.
while.
Yeah,
But the point is that your body, if you look after your body will always look after you.
very true. Yeah, you had the motivation after the delivery. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I couldn't let go. I was just like, I will not accept this. I will not accept this. And I was in no rush. I was not that, okay, I need to get strong today. It had taken me so many years to build abdominal strength, so I knew it's going
Yeah.
to take a while.
Hmm.
But I have to say that that was a very, very low point in my life
Yeah.
post my C-section. It was
Okay.
really difficult to build it back, but it happened.
That is inspirational. That is really inspirational. Like seriously.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there a specific asana that you haven't perfected yet, or are trying to and want to do it before this lockdown ends?
I don't think I'm going to be able to do it before the lockdown ends, but I would really, really love to be able to do a handstand on my own.
Okay, you
I
mean
want to
one
just be able
hand
to
and
put, no, no, no. I just want to be able to swing up on my own because my arms
oh
aren't strong. So
yeah.
I always get scared that I'm going to sort of end up hurting myself. So I need
Oh,
someone to swing my legs up for me. I
okay.
can stay in a handstand, but I don't know how to swing my legs up yet. It's a technique.
You'll
I
get
just
there.
have to
Yeah.
get it. I just have to get it. But
Yeah.
I'm going to need my guru to help me. I can't do it on my own. As in, I won't risk doing it. I'm sure I can,
Yeah.
but I don't want to risk doing it.
There's no point getting an injury, right, in the lockdown. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, but seriously, the way you're really motivating everyone watching you right now.
I hope I am. I hope I am. If there's any motivation that I can give people, it would definitely be to be healthier and stronger. Especially
Yeah.
now.
Hmm.
Especially now.
Yeah. God bless you.
Thank
Do
you.
you
Thank
have
you.
tips for the beginners who want to start off with yoga? Any tips?
So I think number one, like definitely join a class. Don't try and do it on your own. Do not try and do it from YouTube videos. Do not try and do it from my Instagram
Yeah.
videos. They are done for my own pleasure. They're not instructions.
Hmm.
You will not understand how to do it. You need
Okay.
to join a class.
Hmm.
So number one, join a class. It'll keep you
Hmm.
motivated. It'll keep you on track. It'll keep you disciplined. Number two, it's a very slow and steady journey. There is no
Yeah.
rush.
Hmm.
There's no fast track here. It'll take the time it takes.
Yeah.
But your body is a beautiful piece of machinery. You have to
Hmm.
trust it. It does magic. It genuinely does magic. And I
Same here.
really believe that. So stay on course, be disciplined, believe that you will be able to do it, and your body will slowly, slowly listen to you. It'll open up slowly.
Hmm.
And on some days it may not. So you've got to learn how to listen to your body as well. On some
Yeah.
days it's just tired. It will demand rest. Give it
Take
rest.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something which people need to realize is that again the body gives you some amazing, amazing cues, and you have to
Hmm.
learn how to listen to them. If it's telling you that there is a certain area that is distressed, like sometimes you're like, oh, my arms are hurting, or oh, my shoulder aches. Your body is telling you to just leave
Stop.
that
Yeah.
area be. But you
Hmm.
keep feeling, no, I'm going to do it. And that's when you end up with an injury. But what actually is happening is the body is giving you the first cue saying, don't do it. And you don't listen. So
Hmm.
it has to injure you so that you rest it.
You stop.
So
Yeah.
your body has a way of putting an end to stuff it doesn't want you to do.
Hmm.
And when people say, oh, you know, I've had this debilitating back, I've had this problematic back, it's because you're not letting the back rest. So
Yeah.
it's constantly keeping you down so that it gets the rest it needs. So that is something which I think any person who wants to do any sort of workout has to understand, is
Hmm.
that if you don't listen to your body will make you listen one way or the other. So
Yeah.
better to do it sooner. Give it that day of rest. The next day, the body will be back to normal.
Train
Rather than
smart. Yeah.
pushing it, rather than pushing it on a day when it's telling you
Hmm.
not to do it, it'll end up making you enjoy yourself so that it gets the rest it needs. And
Yeah.
number two, I think another thing which most people do not emphasize enough is
Hmm.
it's great to eat good food and eat right and work out, but the most important thing to do is to sleep well.
Rest
And
well. Yeah.
everyone tends to somewhere cheat on the sleep, and it's a great immunity builder.
Hmm.
Your body does all its repair work in the night. You've got to give it
Yeah.
restful hours of sleep.
Hmm.
So for a beginner, I would say definitely start slow, be consistent,
Hmm.
be disciplined, and give your body all the rest it needs.
Hmm.
You'll see it kind of leapfrogs much faster. The more rest it
Yeah.
gets, the better it performs. It's
Hmm.
it's literally that simple.
Yeah. Guys, I hope you've made some notes for yourselves. Okay, coming on to your diet. Do you follow
Yes.
like a sattvic diet or no?
No,
Or
no,
a
I eat
proper
everything.
yogi?
I eat I eat everything. I
Hmm.
treat my body. If my body is craving something, I will give it.
Okay.
Luckily for me, I think one of the greatest boons that I have is that I don't like sweets.
Hmm.
So that's one place I know most people struggle with कि
Yeah.
मीठा खाना है मीठा खाना है पर अगर मीठा खाना भी है तो खा लो.
Hmm.
It's not poison as long as you know where to stop.
Yeah.
Giving yourself treats every day also is not a problem.
Not a, yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
yes, of course, one will tell you that cut back on sugar, cut back on processed food. Now
Hmm.
that's, I think, jargon that everybody knows about, you know.
Hmm.
And again, your body responds to food. If it
Different.
doesn't respond to
Okay.
something well, don't eat it. It's that simple. You don't have
Yeah.
to force yourself. Uh, so I literally eat everything. Uh, I obviously will not eat pizza 6 nights a week.
Yeah.
Naturally,
Once a week
not
is
for anything
normal. Yeah.
else.
Hmm.
Twice a week, 3 times a week, it's fine. You know,
Yeah.
I believe that there is a relationship that you develop with food. If you give it the right energy, it will give you the right energy back.
Hmm.
So
Very true.
I'm not a big fan of people who stay on these regimented diets कि ये नहीं खाएंगे वो नहीं खाएंगे.
Yeah.
You live once, you should live well, you know.
Very true. Yeah. Even
So
even yeah,
you
sorry.
can eat everything as long as you eat it in moderation.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. Exactly how my diets go, you know. Matlab, log, when they come to talk to me, they're like, is it going to be hard? Is it going to be a strict diet? It's usually not a strict diet. I give them, you know, harros or maybe one day, like hafte mein ek do din I put in ice creams or maybe pizza or something, you know, their favorite cheats. And then they're like,
Yeah.
wow, how am I still losing weight?
But here's the thing again, I feel the whole concept of calling it a cheat day.
Yeah,
Why would you do that? Why would you put that kind
yeah,
of energy into food? It's good food, it's
yeah, very
making you
true.
feel good. Enjoy it as something that's nutritious.
Yeah.
I've always gone with that.
Hmm.
I always eat food thinking it's going to make me healthy, and it makes me
Hmm.
healthy. It's
Yeah.
literally that simple. So it's
Hmm.
also a lot up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't say, oh, I'm going to smoke a cigarette and the cigarette's going to make me healthy. It's not going to make you healthy because
Yeah.
it's not
It's
designed to
not.
make.
Yeah, very true.
So I think it's just very basic intelligence that needs to be put into place, and
Hmm.
you have to manage your health. That's what
Yeah.
you have to do.
Hmm.
You have to manage it. Of course, I know there are some people who have, you may have an issue with obesity. You may have an issue with sugar. You may have an issue. So then, yes, you have to become careful.
Hmm.
But I'm still not a fan of becoming militant about what I eat and what I don't
Yeah.
eat.
Hmm.
But again, if someone is trying to
Yeah.
lose a certain amount of weight or
Yeah.
build muscle, then yes, of course you have to design a diet for
Yeah.
that outcome.
Hmm.
But for a regular lay person, I think
They don't need to. Yeah.
whatever you eat, just give it good energy. Be grateful you're getting food firstly.
Hmm.
मतलब
Yeah.
shukar manao. And other than that, if one day you eat sugar, the next day don't eat sugar. It's just
Hmm.
balance it out.
Balance. Yeah.
Balance. That's all life is,
Yeah.
honestly. It's balance. So
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Now मेरे पास दो question. I mean, not दो question. दो foods है मेरे पास. It's
हाँ.
carbs and proteins. It's. Do you have any specific recipes that you make for your family or for Alina specifically, जो she loves to eat? High protein, high carbs, anything.
Not really. The only protein that I eat daily are my eggs for breakfast.
Hmm.
And I occasionally enjoy a little bit of meat, but not too much. It's not something I have to have in my diet.
Okay.
But I eat very regular ghar ka khana. So dal, chawal, sabzi,
Hmm.
salad, that's curd. That's how I
Yeah.
eat food.
Okay.
And on some days, you kind of keep experimenting with different cuisines.
Hmm.
But I literally, however you would term ghar ka khana is what I eat.
Gharka khana is the best. Indian food is
It's the best food.
balanced with
It's the
everything.
best
Yeah.
food. It is. It is. It is. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And there's no real recipe that comes to mind, to be honest. And luckily for me, Alina likes simple home cooked food, so
Okay.
that's amazing. So that really helps. It makes my job very easy.
Okay. What's your end goal? Fitness end goal.
I don't think there's an end to fitness, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending journey. And I remember my yoga teacher telling me this years ago, when almost 13 years ago.
Hmm.
And she had told me that yoga basically means becoming.
Hmm.
So every day you're going to become a new person.
Yeah.
And that's what I am. That's what I'm doing. That's my journey. And I'm
Hmm.
guessing it's going to be lifelong. I'm going to keep becoming a new
Yeah.
person. So every time I practice,
Hmm.
I see little headways happening into asanas that I couldn't do perfectly before, but
Yeah.
now I can. I can see my practice going deeper. I can see the stretches widening.
Hmm.
So I'm just becoming a new person.
Progress every day. Hmm.
And I remember her telling me that you're going to start from being a person who could stand straight to becoming a person who can hold her toes, to becoming a person who can roll herself up like a ball. And and it has happened. Over 13 years, I've seen
Hmm.
my body literally turn into a rubber band of sorts.
Hmm.
So, but I don't think there's ever perfecting fitness.
Yeah.
There's no end goal.
Never
It's just
ends.
it's a never end. It's a wonderful, very satisfying journey. Is all I
Hmm.
will say.
Hmm.
So you got to stay on it forever. You
Yeah.
can't say, "Acha, bas now I've reached optimum health. Now I'll stop," because your muscles will atrophy. The day you stop working them, they're going to start breaking down, and then, which is what ends up happening to all of us in old age, is that your
Hmm.
muscles start
Start
to
wearing down.
atrophy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so as long as you can keep them working, moving, you'll just see it. There's just a feel good factor that never goes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Do you have any more upcoming movies or shows that we should know about? We are excited to
Oh,
see you here also.
yes,
Yeah.
well, honestly, nothing right now. I was doing a show before we went into lockdown on Star Plus.
Mental Herd, right?
Unfortunately, no, Mentorhood was on Alt. I did another show, which was a daily soap called Dil Jaise Dhadke Dharakne Do, which
Okay.
sadly had to be shut
Oh,
unceremoniously because of the lockdown happening.
okay.
So right now, I'm just focusing on staying home and
Hmm.
staying healthy and staying infection free.
I hope you
I
stay
think
safe, yeah.
everyone has just written off 2020 saying अब जनवरी में बात करेंगे.
सही बात है खत्म हो गया ये साल इज ओवर
ये साल छुट्टी मनाते हैं.
yeah सही बात है thank you so much for coming in
Thank you so much, Kabir.
अभी आपके पास time है so we can take in some questions if you're okay with that.
Yeah, sure, sure,
Okay,
sure.
so guys, if you have any questions please ask her.
I can't see anything.
आपको अभी बहुत सारे questions आए थे ऊपर बीच बीच में.
Oh, really? I'll never see all
Yeah,
of them. So, shit.
my
Okay, I
mom
can't
says
see.
enjoy time with Alina.
Oh, please say thank you. I do. I thoroughly do. Which is the most important. What is that? Okay. We should all be active always. Yes, absolutely.
Guys, send questions now. आप लोग पहले
Which is
भेज
the
देते.
most important thing ever. I
What
don't know what that
concealer are you
means.
using? I'm not using a concealer. See,
Okay, I can't see any
do
questions to be
you?
honest.
He says. Dushyant says, do you meditate too?
Yes, I have actually. I've just started meditating,
Hmm.
and I'm progressing very slowly right now. I'm just managing 5 minutes,
Okay.
which also seems a lot. When you're told to sit and still your mind, 5 minutes seems like 5 years. It's
Yeah,
very difficult.
meditation
But
and
it,
planks.
yes, 5 minute planks तो किसी से ना होगा भाई. मतलब I can go up to 1 minute is the best I can
Yeah.
do. But I'm saying meditation is probably the hardest thing to do because when you think of relativity, you
Hmm.
realize how time expands when you have
Yeah.
to sit down and shut your mind down. It's the hardest thing to do, but it's something I really, really want to get on top of. So right now I'm trying 5 minutes a day
Hmm.
and I'm going to see if I can build it up slowly and then hopefully make it to at least 30 minutes a day.
Okay, we would love
But
to see that.
but I'm in no
First,
rush. I don't think anyone's going to want to watch 30 minutes of me meditating. It's a bit bizarre.
but just keep posting more and more of your yoga videos. We love seeing that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I will. If it motivates people to get onto
Hmm.
a mat, I will happily do it. And if there's really something that I would love to put my strength behind,
Hmm.
it's yoga and it's mental well-being.
Hmm.
I don't think the two things get the amount of marketing that they deserve.
Yeah.
So, someone just asked me what's the most important thing ever. I think the most important thing ever is to have sound mind, body, and soul. So that's
Yeah.
the most important thing ever.
Hmm.
And that
Great
that should
answer.
be
Yeah.
everyone's. That should be
Hmm.
everybody's endeavor. You got to stay on it, and you'll get there.
Hmm. Good to see you promoting mental health. Even my page, I keep promoting mental health. If anyone
Yeah,
wants
it's
to
very
come in and talk,
important. It's
yeah.
very
So
important.
I've put up like three sections. There is a diet and workout, and there's a free section there. People can come in and just talk, so that they have a clear mind and can talk to a
Yeah, yeah,
stranger
it's
and
it's
let it
very
all
it's
out.
very important. It's very important to do that, and I
Yeah.
think it's very important to be sort of aware of things that are seeming, like they're disturbing you or they're keeping you uneasy. It's very important to take it off your
Yeah.
chest
Hmm.
because and especially now because I think we're all internalizing a lot of things that are happening because we're all
Hmm.
just trying to survive and everyone is plagued with fear and uncertainty and
Yeah.
that can take a very, very severe toll. So I think it's very important for everyone to discuss how they're feeling mentally and reach out to help, to friends, to
Hmm.
family, to whoever it takes to just, ease your burden. You don't need to carry it with
Hmm.
you for the rest of your life.
Okay. Hmm. The next question I have is, how much time do we need to see effects of yoga?
Your whole life. You're going to need your whole life to see the effects of yoga because there aren't any visible effects, to be honest. It's not like strength training. You're
Hmm.
not going to see muscles building and becoming big and buff and all of that.
Yeah.
You're not going to see any drastic weight loss happening. The growth is very slow,
Hmm.
but it's very intense. So
Hmm.
the only clear marker of a yoga practice is your strength and flexibility. So you'll be
Yeah.
able to notice that, okay, yesterday I was trying to stand in this pose and I couldn't because my legs weren't feeling strong enough. Today I can, which
Hmm.
means your muscles are growing.
Yeah.
You'll be able to stretch deeper, which means the muscles are lengthening and becoming more open.
Hmm.
It means all your joints are becoming more mobilized. So you will see that in your practice. But from the outside, there's no real visible effect.
Yeah.
The thing is, because you start feeling, you start feeling so good about yourself, it'll show on your face. So people
Hmm.
will notice it and say, what are you doing? You look
You
different,
look
or you glow,
fresh.
or you look fresh, you look
Yeah.
strong, you look,
Hmm.
you look muscular. It'll be visible to other people. For yourself, I don't think there are any strict markers as one normally sees in most strength training workouts. Or,
Hmm.
if you go running, you'll see
Yeah.
weight loss happening, you'll see muscles building. You won't see that as much with yoga. But
Hmm.
I can promise you, you'll start feeling bloody amazing.
Hmm.
It feels really good. I
I'm gonna
cannot,
start
I
yoga as
cannot
well.
sell it enough.
Yeah.
I literally cannot sell it enough.
Can you do the string ring circling right now?
Oh, of course. So this is what I'm going to disappear with. So I'm going to say the mantra and then I'm just going to go poof. Okay.
Okay.
So Shring, Bring, Sarviling, Bhoot, Bhavishya, Vartaman, Badling. And all I will tell everyone कि घर पर रहें and safe staying.
Thank you so much for coming and see you soon. Bye.
Oops, sorry. Bye, Kabir.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for coming in. Bye.
Ready to let go.